preventing pain, fear, and suffering of animals through nationwide education and awareness from all across the globe. This is Animal Radio Network.
And welcome back to America's #1 Pet Talk. Thanks for making it that way.
Yes, all our listeners out there, thank you for listening.
1-866-405-8405. We want to touch base with you today if you have a question or perhaps a funny cat name for the Scoop Free Animal Radio Funniest Cat Name Contest. Today, a couple of really great celebrities. 60s, 70s activist, musician, now gubernatorial candidate for Texas, Kinky Friedman, will be joining us today. He's a big animal fellow, isn't he, Judy, there?
Yes, he is. Part of his platform for running for governor is helping the animals.
And, of course, he has Utopia Animal Rescue. Is that what it's called?
That's it.
Actor Fred Willard will be joining us today. You remember him from Best of Show and a million other.
Oh, he's been on Leno many times.
Our friend Tammy Grimes from Dogs Deserve Better. She's been arrested this week. We're going to find out what the deal is behind that. And Tracy Hotchner, correspondent for Animal Radio, live from a doggy cruise. 300 dogs on a boat. And she'll be reporting live today. But first, let's talk to you. Hi, who's this?
This is Kirsten.
Kirsten, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Aberdeen, Washington.
Ooh, are you listening on the internet?
I am listening to you on our local AM station. I love these guys. It's called KXRO 1320 AM. And I hope that you guys are going to be permanent on Saturdays.
Well, you know what? I didn't know about this, but they're always bringing new stations in. We want to welcome all of you there in Aberdeen, Washington, listening in Washington State. Of course, the home of Joy Turner, who's on Animal Radio all the time. What can we do for you today?
Well, I heard your broadcast for the first time, and I was wondering what you could connect me with in terms of a rescue of some feral cats that are at one of my friend's homes. She has been forced out of it because of business next door, and not a nice person, by the way, who is a cat hater.
Oh, no.
And when she has been feeding these feral cats for a long time, never been able to get near them, and they are hip to cat traps.
Oh.
And he is going to either leave rat poison or shoot them.
You can't let that happen, huh?
No.
No, you can't.
This is not a nice man.
We've actually been in a situation like that at our old studios in Ventura, California. There was a feral cat colony out there, and there was some itsy-ditsy people who didn't want the cats around, and they wanted to trap them and they wanted to kill them.
I know.
So we had to get them out of there, too. Now, are you planning to get them out, or are you looking for help to get them out?
Well, we are looking for help to get them out. We'd like to get them out. But the local Brady vet, it's a little town called Brady, has only one cat trap, and so that was out being used. And, of course, we're all on fixed income, so we can't afford to go out and buy cat traps.
Have you heard of Alley Cat Allies?
No.
Okay, they're an organization. They're mostly East Coast, but what we'll do is we'll hook you up. We'll actually try to start a phone call with them, with you, to see if they can help you out there, okay?
Oh, that would be so grand. I'm so grateful to you.
Do you have any animals at home?
Yes, I do. I have a Russian blue rescue cat named Emmett.
Oh, wow.
And he's a character. I told Judy all about him.
Really?
And I have a rescue dog, and she has a withered leg, and her name is Betsy. And she's just an angel. She's a Rottweiler who is more a kitten than a Rottweiler.
Oh, no.
Now, when you say she has 3 legs? Or
she has a withered limb on the left rear leg, and she was born with it. Consequently, she was donated to the Tacoma Humane Society and rescued from there. It was one day before she was to be euthanized.
How does she do now? Does she get around?
She does just great.
would she chase
does.
a ball? Does she play games?
Oh yeah, she's quite playful, and when she likes you, she jumps like she does what's called pronking, like the antelopes in Africa do.
Yeah.
She literally pronks. It's the darndest thing. On 3 legs she does this.
Wow.
Yeah, she's really a sweet animal.
Well,
Really sweet.
we're emptying out the prize closet. We do this a couple of times a year, and I'm wondering if we could send Emmett and Betsy
Yeah.
and Emmett some toys.
We would love that.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I have from Dogmatic the Snack Shots treat launcher. I'll send that out.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's great. You sit in the chair and just it launches the treats into the air.
Oh, no. This guy's going to be a millionaire, whoever invented it.
I think he's hoping that.
Yeah.
And for your cat, I'll send you a Drinkwell Aqua Garden fountain. This is a fountain that it has a stream of water for your cat, plus it grows cat grass inside the fountain.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay?
You guys are terrific, and
Thank
I'm
you.
going to be listening to you every Saturday.
We hope so.
Oh, thank you. And tell all your friends.
I will. God bless you guys. You're doing beautiful work.
Thanks, Kirsten, for calling. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
1-866-405-8405. Those of you that listen to Animal Radio regularly know that we have 4 studio cats that, well, they pretty much live here at the studio, the offices here. And we exchanged our regular litters for the automatic scoop-free litters.
Yeah, I was the one that was in charge
Yeah.
of
Having to
cleaning
change
litters
them every day.
Yes. And I'd say I haven't touched dirty litter in months now.
Now, we have 4 of them here, and there's 4 cats. And what, every 15 to 30 days
Well,
you
it
change
depends
a
on how many
cartridge?
cats. Yeah, and what you do is you just change the cartridge and put in a new one. There's no scooping. There's no touching. You don't mess with the dirty litter. I love it.
I love this litter, and if you'd like one of these litters, we'd like to give you one. All we're asking in exchange is for the funniest cat name. It's part of the Scoop Free Animal Radio Funniest Cat Name contest. Tell us your funniest cat name and how your cat got the name, and if it actually comes when you call it with that name. You want to head on over to animalradio.com. Look for the pink icon. Is it pink or purple? Kind of purplish pink icon is the Scoop Free
Yeah.
Litter button.
Kind of a lavender.
Hit that button. It'll take you right to an entry form, and you can win a Scoop Free automatic litter for your home.
You'll love it, I tell you.
I'll tell you,
It's
I
the
can't-
best thing since sliced bread.
I don't want to keep Kinky Friedman waiting. Is that him already?
His line is flashing.
Kinky?
Yeah,
Kinky Friedman joining us. How you doing, Kinky?
pretty good. How's it going?
Good. I kind of imagine you're out there talking on your cell phone out at Utopia Rescue.
No, I'm in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, very nice part of our country. You're running for governor.
Yes, I am. I'm sure threatening to.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It's if we were doing any better, I'd be nervous right now. I think we're going to win this race.
Well, I would vote if I was a resident there. I'll tell you because, well, first of all, you're my dad.
I'm your hero.
You're my hero. I'll tell you
Okay,
that
that's
right
worth.
now, Kinky. Some people know that you have Utopia Rescue, which is tell the
Right.
listeners what that it's all about.
It's a sanctuary, a no-kill sanctuary we've had for about 8 years in the hill country, and we have got probably almost 2,000 dogs adopted out now to loving homes. You didn't know there were that many loving homes, did
No,
you?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
And anyway, so that's what we do. Dogs, donkeys, goats, chickens, roosters, pigs, and they're all stray or abused animals. And one rooster named Alfred Hitchcock who crows at noon. and by the way, anybody who's interested, UtopiaRescue.com is the website, UtopiaRescue.com. And there's a new book just out written by Cousin Nancy, who runs the rescue ranch.
Uh-huh.
And it's called The Road to Utopia, How Kinky, Tony, and I Saved More Animals Than Noah. And this is on University of Texas Press, and I guess you can get it through Amazon.com, or it should be in all the bookstores, too, soon. Road to Utopia, Nancy Parker Simons.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening on, KJDL in Lubbock, Texas, or KVNS in Brownsville, or anywhere in between right now, I want you to listen to this candidate who's running for your governor. He's an animal-friendly candidate, and that must mean, Kinky, that you have on your platform some animal-related issues.
Absolutely.
What are those?
Well, I want to be governor of the animals, as well as the people. And I think animals are getting a bad break in Texas. Hal, what's happened, the people that have bought cat and dog-friendly license plates all thought that this would help animals. And people bought these horny toad license plates, which they thought would help wildlife, state parks, and the horny toad, which is rapidly disappearing in Texas. Well, it turns out now, as of last week, we learned this money's not going to the animals. It's going into the general fund to help balance the budget, which means it's going into the lobbyists and the politicians' pockets. That's what.
Obviously, that's something you want to change, yes?
Yeah, absolutely, we want to change that. That and then the other thing that we're dealing with right now is this horse slaughter plant you may have heard of in Kaufman, Texas. Which there's only 3 in the country. 2 of them are in Texas. But the horse slaughter plant in Kaufman kills 100,000 horses a year.
Wow.
Most of whom are healthy and young horses. And they send the meat to France for human consumption. And this is a Belgian-owned company. And the people in Kaufman, and in fact every cowboy in the world that I've talked to wants to get rid of this place. And their motto is from the stable to the table in 4 days. And our motto is save a horse, ride a cowboy. And we are going to, the 4 horsemen are saddling up, the 4 horsemen of Texas. That's Willie Nelson, Larry Hagman, Robert Duvall, and myself. And we're going to close that damn place. And we're going to close it, I hope, before I'm governor. And here's a young lady walking up to me in a parking lot to say hello. She's quite attractive.
That must happen all the time.
I don't know whether I should interrupt the interview. For
I think
Hi, Martha, Lana's daughter. It's nice to run into you. Martha, Lana's daughter? Yeah. Didn't recognize you, darling. You look wonderful. You really look good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow,
well, let's call each other in the next 48 hours or do something. All right, Hal, go ahead.
Oh, well, no, I was just listening into the conversation.
Will you call me? Hal?
Yes, you must have attractive ladies call you or come up to you all the time.
No, not as attractive as Martha. It turns out that I knew her when she was just jumping rope in the schoolyard. She's a young little booger.
Well, now you already have out the Kinky talking action figure, I see.
Say that again?
I saw the Kinky talking action figure. Is that yours?
Oh, yes. The Kinky talking action figure is happening.
What is it? What does it say?
It says 25 different things. That's the cell phone. Will you call me? Okay. All right, honey. I'll see you soon. Give Lana my love. Okay.
All
right, Hal.
Yeah.
The question.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I can't ignore the.
I understand. No, I would have done the same thing.
The talking action figure says things like, "If you don't love Jesus, go to hell."
Yes. So it's like a PG rated Kinky talking action figure is what it is.
I've got a head of hair better than Rick Perry's. It's just not in the place I can show you. Things like that.
Well, okay, so Texas has been known as an unanimal friendly state with all kinds of canned hunts. You're going to change that, right?
Well, we're going to take it all apart. Right? The biggest problem has been that the people appointed to do stuff, Hal, don't care about it. This is every environment, from the environment, say, the environmental regulatory commissions. They know what the governor wants. He wants to give them a slap on the wrist to the big-time polluters. Mm-hmm. So that's what they get. Yeah. So if they throw these big-time polluters in jail, things might change, but that doesn't happen. So as far as animals are concerned, the state parks are in horrible shape right now. The governor, you may or may not know this, last year, he tried to sell off 46,000 acres of Big Bend to private development. Okay? Ooh. This year he is pushing, and I think they're going to do it, sell 400 acres outside New York, Eagle Mountain Lake, that's also a state park, to private development. So remember, we're not West Virginia or Mississippi. We're the richest state in the country. We don't need to be selling off our national parks.
No, you sure don't. I got to ask you this other question. The last time we talked to you, we talked about decline, and you were going to try to outlaw decline. Is that still something you're thinking about?
Of course. What I want are people who don't care about Republicans, don't care about Democrats, but care about animals.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is your animal-loving candidate.
You know what I say? I love stray dogs a lot more than I do fat cats.
Are you still selling that salsa, that Kinky Friedman salsa that kind of benefits Utopia Rescue?
Oh, you can get it on utopiarescue.com.
Okay, we'll put both of those links at animalradio.com if people want to learn more. We wish you the best of luck, and we're so glad you're on the ballot as the Animal Lovers candidate.
How many more days?
Absolutely.
How many days left?
Don't know. How many days left, Jubert? 52 days left. That's little Juford.
There you go. Kinky Friedman on Animal Radio. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, folks, never reelect anybody. Remember that. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Great words from Kinky Friedman on Animal Radio. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Coming up, we're going to speak to Fred Willard.
You're all
Willard.
tongue-tied
I am.
Kinky.
Fred Willard, the great actor, character actor, almost A-list actor. He's working his
up
way there. I'm
there.
telling
Yes,
you
he
there.
is.
Since Best of Show.
Oh, looks like you caught me peeking in your bathroom closet. Hi, I'm Be Humane, star of Be Humane Goes Shopping. Perhaps you've heard of me. You've got a lot of stuff that was tested on animals. Shampoo, cleaner, mascara. Did you know that some of these companies still test their products on animals? Throw this stuff out. You see, you have a choice when buying your household and cosmetic products. You can make a difference for animals by only buying cruelty-free products. What? How do you know these products are cruelty-free? Request a free compassionate shopping guide from AAVS. To know which companies are cruelty-free, just call 1-800-SAY-AAVS or visit www.aavs.org and look for my movie, Be Humane Goes Shopping. Don't forget, 1-800-SAY-AAVS or visit www.aavs.org.
I'm Margaret Jenkins, and I breed and train dogs for people who are sight impaired. Our owners rely on our dogs, and I rely on BioSpot. These dogs, they help guide their owners through everyday life so they don't have time to scratch because of fleas and ticks. In the 20 years I've been doing this, I have tried a lot of products, and I found that BioSpot is as effective as what I used to get at my vet, but it's available at my local pet store, and it's guaranteed to work.
BioSpot is simple, providing many breeds of dogs and cats with relief without constant applications.
BioSpot is really effective. One application keeps pets free of fleas and ticks and even mosquitoes for up to 4 weeks. And it kills flea eggs and larvae for up to 4 months.
BioSpot is also a great value. It's about a third the cost of leading veterinarian brands, and it's guaranteed to work with all sizes and breeds of dogs and cats or your money back.
These dogs have to be at their best, so I rely on the best. BioSpot.
Go to biospot.com today. It's the choice of professionals.
Preventing pain, fear, and suffering of animals through nationwide education and awareness from all across the globe. This is Animal Radio Network.
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, the great character actor Fred Willard joining us. He was in Best of Show. He's a great actor.
Oh, yeah, and you'll see him recently. He's on Leno now all the time.
Animal Radio is brought to you by PetMate. When transporting your pet, kennel size is critical to your pet's safety. The new PetMate Very Kennel Ultra is available in a wide variety of colors and sizes and meets airline requirements. That's so very important. Visit them at www.petmate.com. Now, if you listen, you know that Tammy Grimes, she's on the radio here occasionally. She actually chained herself to a doghouse several times to show a point that dogs shouldn't be chained up. She was arrested this last week. And she's sort of like a daughter to us, and I needed to check in with her. Is that okay with you, Judy?
Yes, let's find out what's going on with Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Hal.
Well, you've been getting in trouble. I'm glad I'm not your parent.
Somebody's been a bad girl.
Yes.
Well, tell us, you were arrested?
Yes.
What for?
For helping a dog that was dying on the end of a chain.
Oh, well, I figured that much, but why? Tell us the whole story.
Well, it's a really long story. How much time do we have?
I have 4 or 5 minutes, so if you can do
Okay,
that.
I better make it short and sweet. Basically, the neighbor called us on the third day of the dog not being able to walk. It was laying on the ground and had not gotten up. And she called the Humane Society all weekend and Monday morning and had not gotten a response. So we told her, well, call them back again, leave a very detailed message, and then we got another call about the same dog, so we were very concerned. We called Kim back, and she said she still had not heard from the Humane Society. So I said, well, let me come out and see what we can do. So we went out, and our first picture from the road showed we thought he was dead because the way he was laying there, it just appeared that he had already died. Mm-hmm. And we said, well, we better go investigate. So we went up, and he was not dead, but he could not get up. He was struggling, kind of flailing about. And
what was wrong with him in your evaluation at that time?
Well, I believe he was old, and I believe, now that he had pretty much given up on life. He was just laying out in the rain and had decided to give up. I really thought there may have been even more of a problem with him walking. I believe now that he had just decided to give up. He's very malnourished. He's, pretty old, and I think that he had a lot of pain, and just had decided, I can't do it anymore.
Okay, so you decided to intervene. What'd you do?
I took him, and we took him to the vet.
Where were the owners or guardians?
They
during
weren't.
all this?
They weren't there. Yeah, they weren't home. If they'd have been, I would have definitely talked to them and tried to get them to take him to the vet.
Sure.
But they were not home, and I felt immediate action needed to be done in order to save the dog's life.
So you get him to the vet. What does the vet say?
The vet said that. Well, he took x-rays of his back because we were trying to figure out why he couldn't walk, and he said he has really bad bone spurs in his back, and that's probably causing him a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And that he had a mass in beside his right hip bone, which was undetermined, and we really didn't even pursue that further. And he also had an enlarged heart, plus general malnourishment symptoms, poor hair, hair loss in different areas, sores on his body.
Okay, so far it sounds like a guardian should be arrested. Why is it you were arrested?
Well, because, I'm in a property state, and according to them, the dog is just property. So that's why we're fighting this with all we have. We have best friends behind us.
Okay, what happened? Did the owners say they want that? Are they pressing charges for you coming on their property? What happened?
Yeah, they actually...
For saving their...
I'm actually shocked, but they went to the police and said somebody stole their dog, and that floors me, but that's what they did. And when the policeman called me, I said, I have all this evidence of the abuse that was going on. Please, do you want to see the evidence? He said, no, I'm not interested in that. You are trespassing. If you don't give the dog back, we're going to arrest you.
Wow.
Yeah, and no neglect laws in that state of Pennsylvania?
There are neglect laws, but... since I was not an officer of the court or whatever, I was basically given no right to do what I do according to Pennsylvania law.
Was the dog treated at all for anything?
Yes, he was. He was given a shot of painkiller and vitamin B to help him, spruce up a little bit or just have a few hours without pain, and then. That was really all we did, just to make him a little more comfortable.
And you have Inside Edition. They're coming out to film today?
They filmed today, yeah. I just came back from filming with them.
What was their angle?
They asked a lot of tough questions. You certainly would think they weren't on board with me, but I guess that's just their job, because he said, what kind of questions do you think I'm going to ask them,
Well, we have, as we've said before, the most affiliates in Pennsylvania from Reading to Pittsburgh and in between. How can they help you?
Oh, just getting the word out, getting this video out, coming to the rally would be wonderful. Whoever can come to this rally next Thursday, the more show of strength we have, the more they're going to want to really think about their actions. And that's what we need. We need a show of strength to say, we're not putting up with this for this dog or for her. They should be arrested for abuse and not Tammy for doing the right thing for the dog.
Okay, if you want to support Tammy, head on out to that. You can learn more at her website. dogsdeservebetter.com, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Please keep in touch and let us know how this transpires, okay?
Okay. I'm sure you'll be hearing.
Okay,
thanks.
Fred Willard is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Animal Radio is brought to you by BioSpot, premium flea and tick control products for dogs and cats. One application keeps pets free of fleas and ticks for up to 4 weeks. BioSpot is available at your local pet store or visit www.biospot.com. We'll be right back.
Preventing pain, fear, and suffering of animals through nationwide education and awareness from all across the globe. This is Animal Radio Network.
And Fred Willard is just around the corner. I believe he's already on hold. Have you had a chance to talk to him yet?
I have. Well, I talk to all the guests before I put them on the show. I got to get a feel and get, some little personal information.
I get it.
Yeah.
Animal Radio is brought to you by the Drinkwell Fountain. If you haven't checked this out, it's the original pet fountain, and now with the Aqua Garden, it features a patented free-falling stream of water. Try saying that 3 times fast. It holds more than 1 gallon of water, and it keeps your pet hydrated and healthy. You know how important that is. It's the Drinkwell Aqua Garden. Animal Radio is also brought to you by the American Anti-Vivisection Society. Your common everyday purchases, they indeed can make a difference for the animals. Get your free compassionate shopping guide by calling the American Anti-Vivisection Society at 1-800-SAY-AAVS. Such an easy number to remember.
Yes, it is.
Okay, line 2 or 3.
He's on 3.
Hello, Fred.
Hello, how are you?
Very well. Fred Willard joining us, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. One of my favorite, well, you've always been the best character actor I think there is out there. And of course, I remember you from the Best in Show and a dozen trillion million movies and a long career before that. I hope everyone else does.
Well, thanks so much.
Well, now, how are you doing today?
Well, pretty good, pretty good. It's a little gloomy here in Los Angeles, but it's a nice change. It's been, we've had a very hot summer.
Which is, and then I understand that you're going to be heading up to San Francisco for the big Canine Film Festival. Is that what they're calling that?
I think that's what it is, yes. I guess it's a festival of, it would be a festival of films about dogs.
All dogs, okay.
I think so.
Well, what do you know about it? Are you I see that you are affiliated with it in one way or another.
Well, I know Jane Lynch and myself are going to go up, and I don't know if we're going to be judges or just present the film Best in Show, which is a Christopher Guest movie, which is pretty much about dogs.
It's a classic. It's like one of those movies that it's a must-see movie.
Well, when I was doing it, I would tell people, they'd say, "What's the latest Christopher Guest?" And I'd tell them about it, and everybody got so excited. We never missed the dog show, the Westminster Dog Show on TV. I wasn't even aware that it was on TV. I knew they had one every year. And it's amazing how many people I talk to that not only, of course, have dogs, but actually show dogs. So it's a much richer vein than you would think.
It's one of those movies you can't just see once. You have to see it at least twice.
Well, that's the way with most of Christopher's movies, because they run about 85, 86 minutes, and the funny lines or situations come very quick. We were just in Toronto and saw the For Your Consideration, the latest one. And, you get done, and I went home and I started thinking about different scenes, and a lot of actors who just are on screen for 30 seconds but score very heavily. And I say, I got to go back and watch what they did again. So it's like an all-star lineup of, gags and jokes and interesting characters and plot turns. So his movies are a lot of fun that way.
Well, now I see you're doing another movie. I believe it's a movie, Cattail, or are you doing a voiceover on that? What is that?
I don't know anything about that. Does it have another title?
I'm just looking at your biography here. It says a
Cattail.
Cattail.
I may be, but I'm not.
Well, you're working more than anybody should be allowed to work.
Well, it seems that way. But when you look up at other people, you say, oh, wait a minute, why aren't I doing this? Why aren't I doing that? But no, I'm very happy the things I've been asked to do.
Well, I see you on Leno a lot.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm just going to say, if you don't know Jay, he is exactly what he seems like on TV, just a blue-collar, no-nonsense guy. When you do those things, there's 2 things I've learned about him, although I've known him for years. One, he's very generous. When you start to say something funny, he'll hang back, but there's no way you're going to have the last laugh or the last joke.
No.
I'll come in with what I think is a zinger, and he'll come right back on top of it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, now let's see. At home, you're an animal lover, right?
I do love animals. That may sound hypocritical because I don't have animals, although we've had these homeless cats that we've been feeding for about the last 8 years. We set out cat food. They're the type that, you get within a certain radar distance, they'll look at you, and you take one more step, and they'll turn and run.
Yeah.
So you can't pet them, you can't hold them, and I feel very bad when it's cold out and raining. I want to go over and pick them up and bring them and put them on the porch, but I don't know where they go to.
Yeah.
They go somewhere, they'll perch on our porch or on the top of a car or under a car, and it's always different.
Well, and I understand that you don't have any animals because you travel a lot. Obviously,
well,
you're
that's
busy.
another thing. I love dogs, but they're tough to, tough to take care of them. They need a lot of love and care. I'm allergic to cats, which didn't stop my daughter from getting 2 cats at her house. But she puts one of these air filters in the house, so it doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, I hear those work very well, and everybody has.
They do. I wish I knew the brand. We could get an endorsement in here.
The check will be in the mail. Come on, think of it, Fred. What is it? What is it? Well,
oh dear Lord! It's the Willard air freshener. Send a check and we'll deliver. There'll be 6 to 8 years lapse in delivery.
Now, someone just told me that you have a birthday coming up.
Oh, who keeps track of those? But it's Monday.
Happy
is it Monday
birthday.
the 18th, whatever the 18th is. And I'm registered here in L.A. at the 99-cent store on North Lancashire.
Oh, good. So it'll be right there within my budget.
Yeah, in the men's casual wear and also housewares department. I need a little 3-foot step ladder.
Well, so now you're one of those people like Dick Clark. You always look the same. I mean, 10 years goes by, 20 years goes by, there's no gray hair. You always look hot. So
okay, there's a little gray hair, but you put a little dye in there. You go to the hair guy. You try to walk in very macho, and when you get in the hair, it's like, no, I want a little streak here and a little conditioner. No, not a little curl, a little highlight. And then you walk out. Hey, man, how you doing? Yeah.
Well, we're here with Fred Willard. He's going to be at the first annual Canine Film Festival. I understand Joanne Worley will be there.
She's hosting the transvestite or cross-dressers. Wait a second, I'm getting a word. What, Mayor?
Drag queen.
Oh, the drag queen. And that is a complete hoot. And I would imagine there might be a couple coming on as Joanne Worley. We've been friends with her for years, and she is just a pip. She is just wonderful.
Well, didn't you work with her a long time ago?
We met her socially, and then I worked with her in Chicago in a show called Call Me Madam. And we just had a party at our house for her. She turned 40-something, and but she walked into the house at full blast. Hello! And from there, it's just Joanne's party, and she's just great.
Well, she'll be there, too. If you want to pick up information, you're in the San Francisco area, head on over to animalradio.com. We'll put all the information over there.
What date is that? And I'm not being funny. October something, isn't it?
October 7th and 8th at Castro Theater.
Oh, great. And we love San Francisco, so it's a great opportunity to get up there. And is Lefty O'Doul still open?
I believe so.
I love that place. I mean, it's that old. I'm a big baseball fan. All those old baseball pictures.
You get the good gigs. So, yeah. Should we be looking for you in anything here soon? Or
for your consideration, the new Christopher Guest movie opens, I think, November 11th. And then I got another movie hovering around out there called I Can Never Be Your Woman. I think it's coming out just before Valentine's Day, but I'm in it with Paul Rudd and Michelle Pfeiffer, which is a big claim for me to be working with Michelle Pfeiffer. So
you know what's happening to you is you're not a character actor anymore. You're going to the A-list, buddy.
That's right, man, and nobody else knows it, but I know it and you know it.
Yes, and now everybody knows it.
Great.
Fred Willard on Animal Radio, thank you so much for joining us today.
Nice talking to you.
Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Scoop Free is the first litter box you can leave alone for weeks at a time with no scooping, cleaning, or refilling.
Scoop Free is a revolution in automatic litter boxes. Its disposable throwaway trays are filled with fresh step crystal litter that provide unbeatable odor control and are so convenient. After about 30 days per cat, just replace a disposable litter tray and that's it.
Just load it, leave it, and love it. Available at select pet stores and at scoopfree.com.
Well, you've heard us talking about Get Serious, the pet stain odor and pheromone extractor for several months now, and how easily it removes carpet stains left from cat vomit. Now I want to talk to you about a problem dog owners face. It's called remarking. If your dog remarks, you might have thought about banishing him from the house, or worse, taking him to the shelter. You use other cleaners, but your dog keeps going back to the same spot. Don't blame your pet because you used a product that didn't get the job done. End the problem with Get Serious. Pheromones, they're something you can't smell. They draw them back to the same spot. Get Serious is the only product that totally extracts the pheromone so your pets won't be attracted back to remark. Get Serious is recommended by rescue groups and veterinarians, and Get Serious keeps pets in homes and out of shelters. You can find Get Serious at PetSmart and in fine pet stores all over. Visit their website at GetSeriousProducts.com. Again, that's GetSeriousProducts.com.
Preventing pain, fear, and suffering of animals through nationwide education and awareness from all across the globe. This is Animal Radio Network.
In just a couple of seconds, we're going to head out to Tracy Hotchner, Animal Radio correspondent, as she reports live from a doggy cruise. 300 dogs on a boat.
Imagine that.
I wish I had Tracy Hotchner's gig. We're here in the studio all the time. Every time we check in with you, you're always out there doing something fun somewhere. Where are you today?
Oh, my God. I'm on a Circle Line boat, Hal. I'm talking to some gorgeous people. This is a long-haired dachshund. We have a long-haired dachshund in a sailor outfit. Well, he's only one of 300 dogs. They've taken over a Circle Line boat. I'm talking to Animal Radio, folks.
How big is this boat, Tracy?
Well, the boat is big enough to fit 300 people and 300 small dogs. That's all I can tell you. We're not squished, but it's intense. It's like a cocktail party for dogs.
And where is the boat setting sail to?
The boat, we've just passed the side of the World Trade Center. We all threw flowers in the water. And
good for you.
All the dogs barked and we clapped. And people are running around getting as much free stuff as they could possibly get their hands on. It's a kind of a feeding frenzy. A lot of biscuits. We have fetching dog photos here. The nationally recognized Hasselblad photographer is here. But he hasn't had a chance to take any pictures. He's sort of hanging over the edge having seasickness, I think.
Well, Tracy, who's putting on this big old event here?
Well, this whole event was just the brainchild of someone who's the president of the Meet Up Yorkie Club. There's 602 members of that in New York City. We have many other breeds. We have Brussels Griffons. We have a lot of Yorkies. From the littlest to the largest, we've got Lhasas. We've got a Puggle. We have this gorgeous Doxie right here. What is his name? Shadow. Oh, she's a Dachshund too. I beg your pardon. You know, I was thinking she was a Dachshund. How foolish of me. I've never seen so many dogs in sailor outfits. I didn't know there were this many variations of sailor outfits.
How long is this going to last? How long are you going to be out there today?
Well, theoretically, it's 3 hours, Hal. It's already feeling like close to 36. But, you know, I don't mean that in a negative way.
I'm sure it's a lot of fun.
It's great. I just have to tell you that there's a guy here from a company called Petta Potty flew in from Los Angeles with large squares of sod.
Yeah,
if anyone needs to relieve themselves, they can do it on real grass.
Oh, I didn't think about
that. You gotta love that guy, right?
Yeah, give a big old hand to the guys over at Petta Potty. And, of course, if you live in an apartment like in New York, a great alternative to taking the dog out is one of those Petta Potties.
Yeah, the only problem is how do you remove the sod from your apartment without...
over the balcony, Tracy. Just throw it over the balcony.
Hell, I didn't think of that.
Are there going to be any more of these cruises, Tracy?
Well, we're hoping for one next year, but that would mean that everyone in the meantime has some time in the mental bin. Well, I tell you, it's a pandemonium. Very nice small dog pandemonium. Can you hear them? I'll let you listen to some of these dogs. That's a small Yorkie speaking to Animal Radio.
Tracy Hotchner reporting live from another one of her fun events. How do I get her gig? I want to get out of the studio and be doing what Tracy Hotchner is doing. Of course, you can hear Tracy Hotchner on Dog Talk at Animal Radio anytime you want. We'll speak to you next week, maybe, okay?
I hope so, Hal and Judy. You guys take care.
Tracy Hotchner on Animal Radio.
Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Coming up next, you. 1-866-405-8405.
You're listening to Animal Radio. You can learn more about today's guest at animalradio.com. Log on. Learn more.
Your cat deserves world's best cat litter. A new breed of cat litter with a level of performance that makes it worthy of the name World's Best. Made from whole kernel corn, it binds odors naturally, resulting in superior odor control without the use of perfumes. It is truly flushable, clumpable, scoopable, biodegradable, and septic safe. You just scoop it and flush it. It's ideal for use in self-cleaning litter boxes. It is also veterinarian recommended and safe for kittens of all ages. Ask for World's Best cat litter at your grocery store, PetSmart, Petco, and anywhere fine pet supplies are sold.
You probably have no idea what it's like to be a hot, hairy dog with itchy skin. Oh, thank dog there's relief. Pet Solution RX, I'll always be loyal to you.
Instant relief for sensitive skin problems, hot spots, mange, insect bites, and more. 100% natural Pet Solution RX at earthsbalance.com.
Visit earthsbalance.com for my sake. Whoa.
Another fine product from the makers of Doggone It and Gee Whiz.
The Veterinary Minute is brought to you by World's Best Cat Litter. Made from whole kernel corn, World's Best Cat Litter has superior odor control without the use of perfumes and scents, and is clumpable and scoopable. It is also truly septic safe and flushable. Ask your grocer or pet supply store for World's Best Cat Litter.
New report may conquer fear of flying with pets. I'm Dr. Jim Humphreys reporting. Pet owners who worry about shipping Fido in the belly of an aircraft might want to chew on this. Despite previous estimates from animal rights groups that thousands of animals were killed, injured, or lost on commercial airlines each year, only 56 incidents were reported nationwide in the past year. And that is the first year that official statistics were kept. A Dallas Morning News analysis of records reported by airlines to the federal government reveals that 28 animals died, 22 were injured, and 6 were lost from May 2005 through May 2006. About 70% of the incidents involved dogs, which are more likely to travel in cargo than in the cabin. 14 cats, 2 birds, and 1 rat made up the rest. The figures don't show how many animals travel on each airline each month. It is important to know that cargo holds throughout the industry are temperature controlled and pressurized to the same degree as the cabin. Continental allows year-round flying because it transports the pets to and from the plane in temperature-controlled vehicles. It also has arrangements in all cities with local veterinarians to respond to animal emergencies. The airline's Pet Safe program is designed to attract passengers flying with animals. For the Veterinary News Network at myvnn.com, I'm Dr. Jim Humphreys on Animal Radio.
Preventing pain, fear, and suffering of animals through nationwide education and awareness from all across the globe. This is Animal Radio Network.
1-866-405-8405. Those be the numbers that you need to get in touch with us today, tomorrow, anytime during the week you might have a question. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Tammy from Virginia.
Hi, Tammy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Very good. What can we do for you?
Okay. Well, I kind of got myself a little present. A little stray kitty came and visited me, and I can't resist. I need to keep him.
Oh, wow. That's
lucky
great.
you.
Yes, very lucky.
He's absolutely adorable. He's a little scruffy. I think he's been out in the wild for a little while, but he's very friendly, so I think he must have belonged to somebody. And I want to bring him in and introduce him to my other cat. He just wants to come in and be warm, and I don't know what to do.
Well, I think if it's okay with everybody, all the parties here, I think that it would be a great addition to the household. However, before you do it, there's a couple things you should do. Definitely take the new cat to the veterinarian and have it tested and checked for common diseases that feral cats might have, as well as worms, which is it's very common for feral cats to have worms and fleas, all kinds of things that you basically don't want to introduce to your cat.
Exactly.
And then when you introduce them, you sort of want to do it slowly, don't you, Judy?
Yeah, you do things slowly. Once he's got a clean bill of health from your vet, you want to take things slowly. You want to set the new cat up in a room by himself and make sure he has a litter pan and all the, maybe a place to kind of hide if he's a little freaked out, and keep him in there. And after a few hours or so, you can take your cat, put your cat in the room, and bring the new cat out into the rest of the house. That way your cat can get used to his smells with actually coming, face to face with him. Yeah, and you don't have to worry about it. And then they'll kind of, sniff under the door, and it depends on the cats themselves. It can take a couple days, a couple weeks, or they may hit it off, but you don't want to leave them. When you do bring them out together, you don't want to leave them alone at first because you want to see how they're going to react. And basically a rule of thumb is you need to have everything for every cat. So you need to have a scratching post for each cat. You need to have a litter pan for each cat. And you may not... and you may not want to feed them together yet. Don't make them sit side by side yet until you see how they get along. And
let them sort of make friends by themselves. And they will. If they're forced into a situation, it could cause problems that you can't reverse. So go ahead. Let them be on separate sides of a door for... if it really takes a week, it may take a week. they will sort of, you'll know when it's right for them to meet finally. And I think it's a great addition to the household. And remember to give your other cat lots of love so that he doesn't feel like he's being replaced or anything.
Yeah, reassure your old kitty that you still love him and this isn't a replacement.
Will do.
Thanks for calling, Tammy.
Thank you.
Pet Solution RX, a revolutionary 100% natural first aid treatment for pets. Pet Solution RX is the miracle water that heals everything from hot spots to insect bites. Available at local pet stores or visit www.earthsbalance.com.
Dogs or cats, horse or emu, animals are people too.
At 59 years old, Tata, the world's oldest crow, has died in Bearsville, New York. When Tata was a baby, he was blown out of his nest during a thunderstorm in a Long Island cemetery. The cemetery caretaker brought Tata, who was injured and couldn't fly, to a local family known to take care of animals. The Manada family took care of Tata for over 50 years, and when they could no longer take care of him, they gave their 54-year-old crow to Christine Flones, a wildlife expert. Flones said that even though Tata was blinded by cataracts and never able to fly, he was still pretty active later in life and really enjoyed crowing. In the wild, crows usually live about 10 years, so 59 years is amazing. I'm Britt Savage for Animal Radio.
Animals are people too. Animal Radio.
That's all we have time for this hour. We want to thank Kinky Friedman for joining us. Also, Fred Willard. And remember, there's lots more at animalradio.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Animal programming that you'll just love. Remember, if you get a pet this week, please
spay or neuter.
This is Animal Radio Network.